So we're fighting Bishamonten and the gang today. There's no actual gimmick time to pay attention here, because Fox will just lure the death stare to him. Yeah, it's very simple. So here's the team. You'll probably wonder why am I using Win? Why am I using Leon? The reason why I use Leon is not for the attack buff, it's for the shield and for the crit damage. And if you want to verify it yourself, you can just go to the rankings. You look at the top few hundred. Everybody part 2 is using Leon. Almost everybody is using Leon. No one is using Rin. Maybe a few, but Leon is just better. I can verify that also. Defense debuff just isn't as good for this stage, and Leon's crit damage buff is just stronger. The reason why I'm using Win is because she's just better than Puppet. Why is she better? Probably because of some defense debuff, some skill 3. Her skill 3 can buff quite a bit of damage. Puppet only buffs defense and a little bit of damage buff. Yeah, I only get to use my own Fox for once. So this boss is made for Fox because the boss also has a death stare thing, right? So with Fox skill 3, you can bait the death stare on himself, which is good because you want him to get hit so that he can hit back with a counter attack. It's running the Meditation Opulence set for star weapon, set screen. So I already explained why Leon is good, right? Crit damage and shield. For the set, we're running Trust Prosperity. This is needed for star weapon, set screen. Now for our other support and I guess sustain, and defense buffer is gonna be Yuki. For now, she is good for Fox, but once Cherish comes out, she's gonna be outdated already, unfortunately. But yeah, she can give the defense buff, can give the shield, which is what Fox wants for more damage. And she's running Faith and Peace for the more defense debuff for star weapon. Oh, I can upgrade this. Okay, never mind. I don't want to spend too much resources. That screen. Then our navigator is going to be Win. Like I said, Win is just better than Puppet. It's kind of funny to me. But yeah, she's running Resolve and Label set for star event weapon. That screen. For dagger, all in. For the extra defense buff, 30%, which is quite a big number. We are really only going to use 2 personas. So first one we're going to use Dionysus, the Rebellion, and also Revolution. Yeah, I'm gonna Uzume for Mazionga. Or if you're Wild Thunder, even better. And then if possible, the higher the boost, the better. So higher chance of inflicting shock, because a crit buff is very useful. And then shocking the enemy in general is useful because it increases the crit damage taken. And then last persona, just put whichever persona does the highest defense. For me, I think it's him. Chu lane something. I think Domina has higher defense. It's 180, but then I'm using the Domina on the other side already. 180. So I'm using this one. You may be wondering why I'm not using King Frost, right? Because King Frost, is ice. He buffs defense. He gives the shield. It's this person is made for Fox. And the reason is quite simple. Is that the King isn't the King Frost. The King is the crit buff. Crit buff is just better than the defense buff. That's why we're using double crit personas here. As for turn order, 1, 2, 3, 4. These two, I think swapping should be fine, but I prefer Wonder if Wonder first, so that Wonder can buff Fox, and then on the last turn we can use the Fox highlight. Leon has to be before Wonder. That is a must because of the all-in dagger. The all-in dagger can heal. You want Leon to reduce the HP first before Wonder heals, so that we can get to 60% below for the A6. First turn, we skill 3 with Fox, set up the counter attack. Then we do Leon skill 2. Give him the shield of the crit damage. Then we do Rebellion. Yuki skill 2. So the somewhat bad thing about the all-in dagger is that it heals Fox, which is very counterintuitive with Leon. Because Leon, you want the low HP, right? So that's why Wonder's rotation is a little bit specific, where on the turn that matters, which is turn 3 and turn 5, the turns where Fox will use the skill 3 for the counter attack, we make sure that on that turn, Fox will fall below 60%. This is so that we get the extra crit buff from Leon A6. So Win can do a skill 1. Later on we need to change the order of the skill for Win. Yeah, now we skill 2 with Fox. Means Fox highlight. Now skill 2 again. So Leon just can spam skill 2 the entire time. Then we Mazionga with Uzume. The more shock the better. Only one. Unfortunate. We do Yuki skill 2. And Fox can do the counter attack. There's guaranteed chance here because we use the Fox highlight. I think it guarantees for 2 turns. Now we use Fox skill 3. Do not use Wind skill 3. Don't use this, because if you use it now, and then we use a Fox skill 3, Wind skill 3 buff is gonna wear off, right? Because Fox moves, right? So you actually want to delay the Wind skill 3, so we use a Fox skill 3 first. And then you use a Wind skill 3. The nice thing about this is that next turn we are going to use make sure you don't heal Fox. The next turn, when Fox uses skill 2, you will actually have the skill 2 buff, right? The skill 3, Wind skill 3 buff. Now we do skill 2. So you can see that he falls below 60%, which is, now it matters because we use a skill 3. It's a big damage turn. Now we use Revolution. This will heal back up, but doesn't matter anymore because we already buff. That's why we need Leon to move before Wonder. Then we do a Yuki highlight. We target the right one because it's not resisted. We use skill 3. We give the shield, we also buff. 570, not bad. Now we do a skill 2, you can see that the Wind skill 3 actually, we still have it, which is the Fairy Wind, 66% damage buff, we still have that because we delayed the action just now. We're gonna do a skill 2. Then we do a skill 1. We want to sync the skill 3 with the... We want to sync Wind skill 3 with Fox skill 3. So now we do a skill 1. Skill 2 Leon. Then we do a Mars Yonga. Shock. Oh, all 4 shock, that's beautiful. Then skill 2. And now we do Fox skill 3. And then we win skill 3. Actually, don't heal Fox. Then Leon highlight on Fox. Buff the crit damage more. Then skill 2. Then we go Rebellion to buff Fox. Skill 3, hit the right one. And now for the big damage. Nice. Okay, we missed 2 counter attacks, which suck. Okay, now we skill 2 Fox. Then skill 1. And Leon skill 2. And we do Mazionga. We got 2, that's okay. And the last highlight, Fox highlight. Okay, then we do a skill 2. Since I'm getting significantly lower points than my highest attempt, only because of the shock and then the missing the counter attacks. A bit unfortunate. My highest was 9.9, almost 10 million. 9.7. Okay, sure. I'll take it. I want to talk about the rotation a little bit, because the rotation is a little bit weird actually. At first glance, right, it looks weird. You can see the rebellion here. The rebellion on the first turn, then rebellion on the 5th turn. So that means on 4th turn, I have no crit buff, which is strange, but it actually does make sense, because if you buff here, Fox only wears off the effect on turn 2, 3 and 4. So turn 4, we actually do have the crit buff, right? That's the reason why we need Fox to be the first to move, because the skill 3 does like nothing other than counter attack, right? It doesn't do damage on that action, so that's why you want Fox to be the first to move, so that the buff can be applied after he uses skill 3. Which means that on the 4th turn, despite not using Rebellion here, he still has the Rebellion here, because 1, 2, 3 turns. Another thing I want to point out is with Wander's rotation again, you can see that I alternate Mazio, and the reason I do that is so that on the turn where I use skill 3 or skill 3, Fox's HP will be below 60%. If let's say I use a Revolution here or Rebellion here, his HP is going to be full. Then I use a Leon skill 2, that's too late already. But I have actually 2 turns skill 2 here, so that's like 50% total. I think 25% per skill 2. This will get him to below 60. Then we can heal him up, doesn't matter anymore because we already got the buff.